This is also a multi-step problem, but a little bit different. Now this one confused a lot of the students. We did go back and work on it as a reteach and then in small group, but definitely a little bit more tricky due to the wording. A group of 64 children and 24 adults will travel to a zoo in vans. There will be 8 people in each van. Okay, how many vans will be needed to take the group to the zoo? Most students put the word zoo on top, and then we're just going through our second read and putting down information. So a group of 64 children and 24 adults will travel to the zoo. So kind of the first thing we know is a group of 64 children, and I did have them write number 2, and 24 adults. They are going in vans. And it says there will be 8 people in each van. Okay, 8 people in each van. Now that's a different word right here, people, that they didn't use up here. And so that's part of the reason it was a little bit confusing. And then the question is how many vans will be needed to take the group to the zoo? Vans needed to take group. So what was confusing to students is that they weren't sure what to do with these first 2 numbers. Some of them tried multiplying them together. They just weren't really sure. But both right here where it says there's 8 people in each van, people does not distinguish between what type of people. Both children and adults are people. And over here, the question really is asking how many vans are needed to take the group to the zoo. And in the beginning, they said these 2 were the groups. It was a group of 64 and 24. So really all they need to do on this one is just add those together, because that specific words of children and adults is unnecessary. So all they need to know is, well, just how many people are there. So if they add the number of people, they will just say there's 88 people, 24 adults, 64 kids, that's 88 people. So if I bring that over here, they're kind of done with that info. Over here, they know there's 88 people. There's 8 people in each van. Okay, that's a get problem because that's equal groups. How many vans? So for that second step, they should be able to recognize that these 3 go together. People in each, people total, and then where are they going in the vans? All of those 3 go together. So they do know they're each. They always start with each. There's 8, and they would write, I'm going to abbreviate people, and they do know people total because we just figured it out. It's 88, and our groups are where are people going. So they will literally touch it and go 8 people each van. And we should not know it because they're asking for it right here. Vans needed, that makes sense. That's what I don't know. Now right here, this is division because we already know our total. So really they're just taking 88 and dividing it by 8. A lot of students should be able to see that the answer is 11. 11 times 8 is 88. If they're not sure, they can skip count by 8. I have them draw 8 with 8 dots, and they skip count up until they get to 88 to try to see how many times they do it. So it'd be 8. Sorry, it's a little hard to write like this. 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, 80, 88. And they would see how many times they did that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So what question did they just answer? There are 11 vans. If there's 88 people and only 8 people in each van, then they'll need 11 vans. So the question, the answer would be F right here. Now I do want to show you some student work that got that right. I won't show the name, but the students that did get it right, they put these 3 things. They did the first things first, saw that they needed to add them, and they did their get strategy, and then they were also kind of skip counted to solve right there. Make sure I'm not getting a name. And then on this one right here, for this student did the same thing. They were able to add them first, and then instead of doing their get, this one didn't write their get, but they immediately could recognize that it was division. Ideally, I would want them to write their get first just to show it out, but this student was able to figure that out. And then again, they just skip counted to verify that it was 11 times. So I'm happy to see that the work kind of matches what my exemplar is and kind of shows what they would need to do. But these are the steps that students would need to take. And also they do need to be prepared to choose this as an equation. So if it wasn't as an equation, it would be 64 plus 24 and then divided by 8. That's how we got 11.